Bonsoir, good evening. Welcome to Teleplus on this Saturday night. And we have a very special guest all the way from India. We have Kavyal Sedanni, who is an internationally acclaimed life coach, hypnotherapist, a relationship expert. Very good evening.
Good evening, Yanesh. What a pleasure to be here.
And pleasure to meet you in person. We used to see you on podcasts, and you are here for an event on Women's Day happening tomorrow on Sunday 8th at Hilton Hotel. And it's an event for women, Sacred Mirrors. So we're going to talk about the event in a few minutes, but we want to know more about you being in Mauritius. It's your first time.
It is my first time. And I'm here for the Sacred Mirrors. Sacred Mirrors as a program is almost an opportunity for me to give back the love that I receive from the women. For many years, I had a very dysfunctional relationship with women. I didn't get along. I felt like I didn't belong with them. They don't understand me. They hate me. And when I started healing, I realized what a beautiful, powerful energy a woman is. If only she's given the space to be understood, seen, and validated. I changed that for me. And it's since 2017, I call myself a soldier for all the women around. So this program that I'm doing with Flow Mauritius and Ashmita, we are literally standing up for all the women who have stopped seeing themselves in the mirrors or who have a very deluded version of who they are. We just wish that they could see themselves through our eyes. And I wish that we could show them how special they are. This event is just a contribution from our end to their lives.
And if you want to attend the event, you must go on the Facebook page of Flow Mauritius. And of course, Kavyal, you as a woman, you've been through struggles before reaching here as a life coach, as a relationship expert. How you went through those struggles to, be here today and be able to motivate other women?
Oh, well, I can speak about that for 3 hours, but let me just tell every woman that's listening to this. Yes, we all have struggles, but let's stop calling those events struggles, because it is exactly those events that were our opportunities to do something different, to shine. It was an opportunity where God is asking you, do you want to dim your light right now, or do you want to shine? Do you want to suppress your voice, or do you want to express yourself? But the more we keep saying this, that, oh my God, I went through so many struggles, I'm still struggling, life becomes more and more difficult. Whereas on every single day, each one of us is given an opportunity to really prove to ourselves how amazing we are. God doesn't need to know. We don't have to prove to God. We don't have to prove to anybody else. But each one of us is looking for, what's my purpose? What am I born for? And every single day when you wake up, you have that chance of proving it to yourself. So let's not use the word struggle, and let's replace it with opportunity.
Yes. So here in Mauritius, many girls still face those challenges of life where once they end up college or university, they tend to have family pressures to get married, to have a family, to have kids. But, women can dream. Women have goals they want to achieve, which gets a bit difficult with family pressure. How do they need to do?
If you leave a woman alone without putting pressure on her, she is going to want the family. She is going to want the home. She is going to want the child. She is going to want a man to take care of her. But women have now started running away from any and everything where they feel like other people are telling them to do this. We run in the opposite direction. So because everyone in the family is saying, get married, have children, they're like, no, I don't want this now. I want my career. But if a woman is pushed on to, no, you must get that MBA, and no, you must get that degree, and no, you must get that $100 million job, and they'll be like, no, I want a child and I want a family. Just stop pushing them. You have to, if you want to have a garden, if you want to have flowers in your garden, you just have to put the seeds in, put the water, give it the sunlight, and back off. You can't stand on the head of the seed and say, why aren't you growing today? Why aren't you growing? Why aren't you growing? Leave them alone. They will flourish in whatever direction that they want to flourish.
And if we don't talk about women, we talk about people in general. What mindset do we have to be in the direction that we want to go and to achieve our dreams?
Most people would like to be explorers. Let me tell you that we don't know almost till the age of 30 or 35. We don't know what we really want. We think we want that because somewhere the subconscious voice of my father told me this, my mother told me this, my best friend told me this. But up to 30, we are almost exploring. So some of us will pick up certain careers and then we feel like, yeah, I did that, I made my money, didn't enjoy it, too much politics, dropped it. And then you suddenly leave that corporate job and then you say, I want to now teach yoga. Or you leave the yoga and say, now I suddenly want to be a painter. If we could allow ourselves to be explorers without trying to push ourselves into a race to try to prove, we will all find what we want to find. Life is long. But most people, they die at 30, they're just buried at 90. They live 60 years of their life just dead and resigned that I don't like this life, I don't like this job, I don't like this family, I don't like this family pressure. But you have to give yourself the permission to live. And give yourself the permission to choose that it's okay, I don't like this anymore. It doesn't serve my purpose anymore. It doesn't make my soul happy anymore. I give myself the permission to experiment.
So we are living in a very stressful life. Many people now tend to forget about their personal life, about leisure, about making themselves happy, about, making the most of the money they are earning, like making themselves happy. How to draw the line between personal and professional life?
There was a beautiful book I read which was called Happy Money. And in that book, there was a beautiful example that said that we all have a size of a certain pot. Okay? And you can keep filling in money in that pot. Until that pot is strong, it's still happy money. You're still making money happily. One day, the pot will not be able to take the size of the money. It'll start crumbling. It'll start breaking down. Which is your health is starting to break down, your family is starting to break down, your relationships, your friendships are starting to break down. That's when you know that you're going out of balance. So as long as whatever money you're making, you're happy and everything else is balanced, continue. But if you feel like I'm losing it, if you feel like I'm burning out, and if you don't stop then, you're just going to live the rest of your life in resentment because money is addictive. Power is addictive. You will make money, but you won't have the time to enjoy it. Your family will enjoy it. And then you will feel resentful of them saying, I make the money. You guys enjoy it. I can't enjoy it. Now I don't want to be with you. Now I want a divorce. Dude, you messed up yourself. You can't blame the family. But if only each one of us had that balance that, okay, beyond this is not making me happy anymore. And honestly, I don't need much more than that. You'll stop.
Yeah. So talking about relationships now, what are the early warning signs that a relationship may have become weak?
Sometimes we are attracted to certain people who seem like trophies. We're not really attracted to them because we love them. We are attracted to them because we think, oh my God, other people are going to think I found a catch. Like, look at me, I'm so amazing. That relationship is weak from the start. Initially, in every relationship, you may feel butterflies and you may feel like those butterflies are excitement. But if those butterflies continue and continue and continue, then you have to realize that those butterflies may not be of excitement. They may be butterflies of you getting a panic attack. So
Is it that,
after a certain point.
Yeah. Is it that when we get married, we tend to take the relationship for granted?
It's not just marriage. After we get that job, we take that job for granted. After we get that child, we take the child for granted. After we get that body, we take the body for granted. We're just that species that once you've got it, that thing has lost its charm. And then we only wake up and realize how amazing it was when we are almost about to lose it. But do you really have to lose it to realize how good it was?
So how to deal with these things? Can we say that meditation can help in reducing all these pressures?
Meditation is great. Yes, all of us should meditate. Even if you can't meditate for 30 minutes, start with 5. Simply because, you're on that screen the whole time. You're addicted to notifications the whole time. Your mind is never quiet anymore. But it's not like meditation is going to solve all life purposes. I know people who meditate for hours, but then on the name of spirituality and meditation won't speak nicely to the people in their own families. I know people who meditate for hours and then don't go to the gym saying that, I'm sorry, I'm meditating for 4 hours. Look, I'm such a great person. So what if I put on 100 kilos? So meditation is not the answer to everything. But your mind is as important as your body is as important as your relationship is as important as your joy quotient is. You will have to learn to find time for all of it. You may not find 2 hours every single day, but find one day where today you're doing sports. Find one day where today you're with family. Just figure your own formula. But you can't let any of these balls fall and crumble, because then life will just lose joy.
So you are also a hypnotherapist. I want to know more. What exactly is hypnotherapy?
We are all still operating from the brain of a 6-year-old us or a 10-year-old us. How wise would it be if I tell you that, you really need to take this decision whether you want this job or you don't want this job, and you ask your 6-year-old self, hey, Yanesh, you think I should take up the job? And you'd be like, no, that sounds silly. What would he know about that job? Yeah. But let me tell you, it is the 6-year-old and the 10-year-old in us that takes these decisions. That's what we call the inner child. Now, every time something has gone wrong in our lives, and it could be something small. Everything doesn't have to be traumatic. It could be something like your parents screamed at you, or your teachers punished you out of class, or your friends said, we don't want to talk to you anymore. All of that has stayed like a negative memory. And somewhere that voice is telling you, you're not good enough, You're not good enough. That's why mom screamed at you. That's why you were punished in school. That's why your friends stopped speaking to you. Now, that voice, that you're not good enough, is still dictating this decision whether you should take that job or no. So the offer may come to you, but the 6-year-old saying, but are you sure? Because remember, you're not good enough. So what if they find out that you're not good enough? Because you know that you're going to jeopardize it today or tomorrow. You know that you're not going to be able to last this. This was your pattern, remember? We need to go back to that 6-year-old inner child and say, sweetheart, that's over now. That's over. That it was a harmless, innocent event. And that doesn't matter anymore. I know I'm good enough because I'm doing my best at life. You need to go back and have that conversation and calm that inner child down. The process of calming that inner child, the process of dealing with our shadows and bringing them to light is what hypnotherapy is.
Is it easy to do hypnotherapy? What should someone expect in the first session, maybe?
People confuse hypnotherapy with hypnotism. Now, hypnotism is almost a skill where the hypnotist could take away your control. That's what people use for trickery. Like they could look into your eyes and then they could convince you to give them all the money that you have, the watch that you're wearing. That is not hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy is literally a very mild state of trance where if I ask you that, it's like the first 5 minutes when you're going to sleep. And I come to your room and I say, Yanesh, where's that bag? And you'd be like, oh, it's in that cupboard, but can you just turn off the light and turn on the AC? I want to sleep. It's that state where you know what's happening, but you're too lazy to really...
It's between being awake and between being awake.
But you are fully conscious. You're fully conscious of what's happening. You are responding. You are talking to us. You can open your eyes at any point of time if you really wanted to. But your control is never taken away. But your barriers are down. Your the rigid boundaries that you've created, that no, I'm never going to let anyone in, that's down. And that's down so that we can access the wounds and the memories of the past, which you don't open up easily to. And when we get access there, then we can heal it.
Yes. So we have many people who went through their events of life, the traumas and all, and it gets very difficult for them to accept those problems and to come forward, the fear of being judged maybe.
Yes.
Do you have something to say to those people?
Well, I always tell people that you don't always need a hypnotherapist. If you're an intellectual person, sure, listen to a podcast. If you're a spiritual person, sure, find a guru. If you're a physical person, go to the gym, dance it out. You will find relief everywhere if you're genuinely looking for it. You will find answers everywhere if you're genuinely looking for it. But do something about the wounds that you're carrying. Don't carry them like a crown and flaunt it saying, oh, look, my pain is bigger than yours. Look, I have a reason to sit in the victim chair. Look, that's why my life didn't work out. No, please make your life work out. Do not use your past as an excuse to not grow, because like Tony Robbins says, that either you're growing or you're dying. So we'll be dead when we are dead. We don't need to rehearse being dead while we are alive, right? So let's use each day to grow and put the excuses at rest and just put our best foot forward. It's really not that hard,
Yeah. And an invitation, of course, to all the women listening to us right now for tomorrow's event at Hilton Hotel. It's Sacred Mirrors.
Yes.
Okay, it's happening with Flow Mauritius, and we'll be there with all the ladies, of course. An invitation to all those ladies listening to us right now?
Well, for all of you beautiful women out there, especially if you're following me or if you like my work, this is the truest gift that I could give back to you. Ashmita from Flow Mauritius and me, we've come up with this program together. And we really, really want to just hold your hand in your own journey of healing, in your own journey of growth. And in your own journey of that dream life that you've had in your head, that, oh my God, I wish I could do that. We want that to happen. So please keep your excuses aside and make yourself present.
And just
We'd
to
love to
remind
see
you, just to remind those attending, it's not about fixing yourself, but it's all about reflecting on yourself,
Yes.
knowing what went wrong, what can you do for the future. And if you want to attend the event, donc vous bien allô la page de Flow Mauritius sur Facebook, book the ticket et que demain vous êtes capable à ça événement-là qui vous regroupe pas mal de femmes à l'occasion de la Journée internationale de la femme. And Kavyal Sedanni, thank you so much for being here today. It was a pleasure having a conversation with you, and feels like in a dream, because I've always been watching you on podcasts on YouTube and Instagram, and you being here in person feels actually great. And I don't know if you met a few of your followers in Mauritius.
I did, and it is such a pleasure. I'm not expecting followers here, but they come up and they say, oh, I really love your work. And every blessing is welcome. When somebody puts their hands on my head and says, God bless you, oh my God, I feel so rich. So I'm waiting to meet all of those women on the 8th of March on Women's Day, because I've taken that plane and flown all the way from Bombay to Mauritius to be able to celebrate this Women's Day together. So I'm looking forward to your blessings. So whether you come for yourself, please come for me.
Yes, and we're going to wish you, Kavyal, a wonderful stay in Mauritius, and happy Women's Day as well.
Thank you very much.
And we hope to see you quite often in Mauritius, because I think we did a show on radio as well. We have had very nice feedbacks and a very positive response and positive vibes as well.